What up? My name is Jared Wantaja, and I've been playing video games since I was a wee youngling. But every single time, I wonder, why am I playing this game? Why do I choose video games out of any other hobby on the face of the earth? Why? Well, through excessive meditation, I have found that I often have some sort of attachment to the character I'm playing as. I've come to realize that video games are the only type of media in which the consumer assumes direct control of the events. Prior to their creation, the only extent of a consumer's control in a type of media was perhaps refusing to turn the page of a book in hopes that the protagonist wouldn't die. It's much like you are a character in a film, because in a film you have a character going against completely unbeatable odds, but in a video game, you are the one facing an unbeatable threat. You're the one jumping on random goons or dropping blocks! The control one assumes in a video game opens up possibilities for full engrossment within the game world. Immersion. Deep mental involvement. And I can say from personal experience that games that exhibit immersive qualities always lead to a more gratifying experience. Immersion stems from characteristics that create a rich world and create consistency within the items in the environment. A believable world can be achieved through means such as visuals and audio, interactivity and options with what's in the game world, believable actions of characters and residents, fantastic atmosphere, and strong writing. While these are characteristics that can often lead to an immersive experience, immersion is subjective. While I may be immersed even if there is no main plot to a video game I'm playing, and just a fantastic world to play around in and do what I want, someone might require plot as well as precise detail in every single environment. There are different types of immersion. Ian Mahar calls these types impersonal immersion and personal immersion. Impersonal immersion being the connection one feels in a character with a personality unlike your own. While personal immersion is exactly what it sounds like, putting yourself into the game world. Now, to further illustrate these, let's take two different games, Max Payne and Fallout New Vegas. The former is a narratively driven, third-person shooter set during a bitter blizzard in New York, wherein the player controls a detective pushed over the edge, waging a one-man crusade against various mafia goons and junkies after the murder of his wife and baby. The latter is a game in which the player is a courier recovering from a bullet wound to the head, exploring a ruthless, post-apocalyptic world filled with murder and violence as humanity tries their very best to grasp onto what is left in the ashes. They're both examples of immersive games, but different types. Max Payne being impersonal as us, the players, feel involved with Max's story, while the latter is personal. In the words of Tom Bissell, you live an extra life in Fallout New Vegas. You create your own character and decide how you want to live your life in the world. You decide where to go, what to do, and how you do it. That is the beauty of immersion. No matter how a player is immersed, if they are immersed, it is an unforgettable experience. You will remember significant moments in immersive video games. This vivid escape from reality is something not present in games that don't have immersive qualities. I mean, when was the last time someone was ever engrossed by the world presented in Super Mario Bros., Donkey Kong, or Tetris? Never, unless they were high. However, it's clear to me why most people sadly do not play these immersive games. First of all, the breaking of immersion can be absolutely criminal to a player. Imagine if you're fully immersed in a story of a game and the character you follow does something completely out of character. Or what if you're in the wilderness, absorbing the atmosphere and the world around you, when some dweeb walks up to you and starts rapping.
Video game immersion is really cool. If you don't like it, man, you're a fool.
What if you're playing a video game and a floating head appeared every single second, something new was in sight and told you what it was instead of letting you discover it for yourself? Hey, you can open, click that right there, click that. Hey, you can click that. Hey, there's the vending machine. Immersive qualities are difficult things to keep intact, and when they are broken, they can lead to quite a sour feeling. Second of all, some games simply do not need to be immersive. Case in point, Doom, one of the greatest games ever made. Doom has no story worth mentioning and no intricate building of the world the player's in. Just raw, brutal, gameplay, and it's fantastic. Or how about Spelunky, a game where you are dropped into a cave and you have one goal: Get to the end of the game, collecting all the treasure you can without dying. No story to get involved in, just challenging and addictive gameplay. Of course, it's great that non-immersive games exist, but when playing them it's likely to only keep you invested for an hour or so at a time. It's also harder to recall specific events in a game like these. Does anyone remember a specific jump from Mario? A specific setup you had in Tetris? Probably not. Immersive games offer a long-term sense of enjoyment. They're slow burners. Games like Mario, Doom, any mobile game, they're short highs of entertainment that don't offer much in the long term. And so to answer my question, I often ask myself, why do I play video games? Well, I play them to immerse myself in a world of someone else's creation, to engross myself in the atmosphere and stories of alien worlds, to connect with characters unlike myself, and to do things I could never hope of doing